LaGrange, Georgia, December 31st, 2022. A gray Honda Accord driver was pursued after ignoring a stop for traveling at 68 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone, then accelerating to 92 miles per hour just seconds later. When troopers activated lights and sirens, the driver continued passing vehicles and changing lanes. Speed quickly climbed to 125 miles per hour, turning Georgia Route 14 into a highly dangerous roadway. The climax occurred when the Honda turned onto Blytheville Road and police attempted a pit maneuver to end the pursuit. The driver not only failed to stop, but intentionally struck a patrol vehicle twice, sending both vehicles off the roadway.
Contact Bush Pond. Traveling back southbound. Heading back toward Georgia 14.
Back towards Georgia 14, Bush Pond.
The suspect then fled on foot. Police continued the pursuit, closed in with patrol units, and deployed a Taser 7, taking the suspect into custody safely. He was transported to the Troup County Jail. Crittenden County, Arkansas, June 6, 2024. Police stopped a Cadillac SUV traveling at 86 miles per hour in a zone posted at 65 miles per hour. The driver identified himself as Alex Wilson, but when asked to exit the vehicle, he immediately accelerated and fled onto Mound City Road, turned off the lights, and drove dangerously. A black bag was thrown from the window during the escape. Police executed 3 TVI maneuvers. The suspect regained control after the first 2, but the third caused the SUV to spin and enter a ditch, forcing it to stop.
825, Simpson.
The suspect was secured safely. During a vehicle search, police located oxycodone, Xanax, promethazine, multiple packages of marijuana, a scale, and cigar rolling materials. At the location where the bag was discarded, officers recovered an additional 147 Xanax pills. The driver was identified as Nicholas Papatristo and faces charges including speeding, fleeing by vehicle, reckless driving, destruction of evidence, and multiple counts of possession of controlled substances. All seized evidence was turned over to Drug Task Force 2. Stuttgart, January 27, 2025. Frederick Wiley was stopped after driving a Dodge Ram at high speed through the Maine, Michigan area. When police detected the odor of an impairing substance and returned to the vehicle to investigate, Wiley immediately accelerated and fled, causing a female passenger to jump from the vehicle to avoid danger.
Let me go see your driver's license. Let me see your ID then. Where are you heading to?
We're going to do pursuit.
21 Pine Bluff, 1037. We'll be behind producers. It's gonna be David Boy 28.
Wiley drove through multiple streets and was blocked at the intersection of North Vine and East 2nd by a Camaro. He accelerated and struck the front of that vehicle in an attempt to escape, prompting an urgent pursuit. The first TVI attempt was unsuccessful. Only after Wiley lost control into a gravel parking lot did a second TVI, striking the front tire, bring the vehicle to a complete stop.
Stop! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Wiley continued to resist while being secured, requiring police to deploy a taser to take him into custody. Inside the vehicle, officers recovered a Glock 48 reported stolen and a large bottle of alcohol. He was transported to the Arkansas County Detention Center and faces multiple charges including fleeing by vehicle, resisting arrest, unauthorized use of property, and weapons-related violations. North Little Rock, Arkansas, January the 23rd, 2025. Driver Christopher Burns was stopped on Highway 70 and Highway 161 for failure to verify insurance, but instead of stopping, he suddenly accelerated and fled.
David 26 traffic. Broadway and 161 with Adam X-Ray 64 Sam, Nissan Altima.
Burns' speed quickly increased from 45 to more than 80 miles per hour, then reached 119 miles per hour upon entering Interstate 40 westbound, creating extreme danger on the roadway. The situation escalated when the North Little Rock Police Department requested assistance, and Arkansas State Police assumed the pursuit.
Tempo, we're going northbound on 161. Repeated unconfirmed insurance, speeds at 45 miles per hour, light traffic. Day between 680 out here. I'll keep it in mind, bro.
Near mile marker 152, Sergeant Williams executed a precise TVI, causing the Ultima to spin and strike the median barrier before coming to a complete stop.
Get out, whoop. Turn right on.
Burns crawled out through a window due to vehicle damage and was taken into custody immediately. Passenger LaQuesha Brown was also removed safely. Inside the vehicle, police recovered methamphetamine, marijuana, and a scale. Burns stated he fled because he was on parole. All charges were turned over to the North Little Rock Police Department for handling. Momel, March 8, 2024. Police observed Kent Kramer driving a white Chevrolet Cruze displaying fictitious license plates on Highway 365 North. When officers attempted a traffic stop, Kramer accelerated and fled, crossed into oncoming lanes, narrowly avoided civilian vehicles, and reached speeds exceeding 85 miles per hour. During the pursuit, police made multiple attempts to stop the vehicle without success. The pursuit ended when the vehicle turned onto Quinn Road, left the roadway, entered a ditch, and struck a small tree near a residence.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Stay in the car! Stay in the car! Hey, if you move, I'll shoot you! I will shoot you! I'll shoot you! You stay put!
Kramer and passenger Jeffrey Minor were secured safely. Kramer was transported for a medical evaluation. The suspect faces charges including fleeing, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, use of fictitious license plates, and multiple traffic violations. White County, Arkansas, November 27, 2025. While stopping two vehicles traveling at 100 miles per hour on Interstate 57, officers handled the white pickup truck first. The pickup's driver cooperated, received a citation for speeding, and was released. When officers returned to the black passenger car, they immediately noticed a strong odor of marijuana coming from inside. As the driver was asked to step out for further investigation, he suddenly accelerated away, reaching speeds of up to 130 miles per hour.
Step out of the vehicle. Newport, 1037.
Richard Rush,
Northbound from the 51, the black Mercedes passenger car, the Texas tag.
Big 21, Big 28.
We'll go stop forward now. Notify Ball Knob. And anybody else north of that, our speeds are 130.
Newport, B12. You copy?
Speeds 120. Past the 54 northbound now. Speeds still 127, 130.
The pursuit reached its peak when officers closed the gap and executed a precise TVI, striking the rear quarter panel and causing the vehicle to spin and crash into the guardrail near mile marker 55. The bald knob unit arrived to assist with containment, and the driver was safely taken into custody.
TVI 55 northbound on ramp. Overpass. TVI 55 northbound overpass.
Texas 10-4.
Hands! Hands! Show me your hands! Show me them! Get out of the car!
He was transported to the White County Detention Center and now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, reckless driving, obstructing governmental operations, failure to obey a lawful order, and numerous additional traffic violations. Pulaski County, January 6th, 2025. Corporal Ben Ibarra stopped a Honda Accord traveling at 90 miles per hour on Interstate 530. The driver, Lemonte Thompson, failed to provide documentation and then suddenly accelerated and fled.
Well, Corporal Ben Ibarra, say please not pull you over speeding, okay? Please not pull you over speeding. Adam, nice, we're on 1037. 530 northbound of the 2.
The pursuit moved onto Interstate 30, where Thompson reached speeds of 119 miles per hour, drove recklessly, and repeatedly braked hard to prevent officers from closing in.
Taking 30 west.
Taking 30 west.
Rock 18, 10-11 action, 10-19.
The climax occurred near Scott Hamilton, where Ibarra executed a precise TVI, forcing the Honda into a ditch and bringing it to a complete stop.
TVI, Scott Hamilton. Let me see your fucking hands! Show me your fucking hands! Show me your hands! Keep them up! Keep them up!
Thompson and passenger Sharon Bryan were taken into custody safely. A loaded Taurus 9mm handgun was located inside the vehicle. Bryan sustained minor injuries and was released. Thompson was transported to the Pulaski County Detention Center and faces multiple charges, including fleeing by vehicle, obstruction, reckless driving, unlawful possession of a firearm, traveling at 119 miles per hour in a zone posted at 65 miles per hour, no driver's license, and no insurance. Little Rock, August 30th, 2023. Driver Dominic Quentin, operating a stolen vehicle, led police on a dangerous pursuit in the early morning hours. As the North Little Rock Police Department pursued the vehicle on Interstate 30 and requested assistance, police moved in and executed a TVI maneuver, causing the vehicle to rotate 360 degrees. However, Quentin continued fleeing and entered Interstate 630. He took exit 3B and drove the wrong way on Pine Street at speeds exceeding 70 miles per hour through a residential area. The situation escalated when the vehicle struck a guardrail at a dead end, after which Quentin fled on foot, repeatedly reaching into his pockets and increasing tension. 2 taser deployments were unsuccessful. On Madison Street, police subdued Quentin and recovered a small bag containing a substance suspected to be marijuana. He was medically evaluated and then turned over to the North Little Rock Police Department, facing charges including fleeing by vehicle, theft of property, possession of a controlled substance, and multiple traffic violations. Little Rock, July 21st, 2025. Trooper Noah Fricky responded to assist as the North Little Rock Police Department pursued a black Acura MDX fleeing on Interstate 30. Approaching from Interstate 630, Fricky observed the vehicle, driven by Devontae Jones, continuing to run red lights and speeding northbound on South Mississippi Street.
Going north on Rodney Parham.
CMS received. 14, I'll call it. We're Rodney Parham coming back up to 630 on ramp.
Fricky immediately moved to block the direction of travel and assumed the lead position. Observing Jones continuing to accelerate through a residential area, Fricky executed a precise TVI, causing the Acura to rotate sideways and strike a concrete wall and a fence.
Which direction on Rodney Parham? Mark him.
Put your hands up! Put your fucking hands up! Get him! Get him!
Jones exited through the passenger door and fled on foot, but stopped after several seconds and was taken into custody safely by the North Little Rock Police Department. The Acura rolled slightly into a patrol vehicle, causing no significant damage. Devontae Jones was transported to the Pulaski County Jail and faces multiple charges including fleeing by vehicle, running red lights, no insurance, and driving with a suspended license. Crittenden County, October 31st, 2025. Driver Archie Boyd, operating a Toyota Corolla confirmed to be stolen, accelerated to speeds exceeding 110 miles per hour on Interstate 55 and ignored stop signals, continuing to weave at approximately 105 to 120 miles per hour, including driving onto the grass and nearly striking a semi-truck cab.
1037. I'll be at the 28 southbound. It's going to be Pennsylvania, Lincoln, Victor, Edward, 5001, LVE 5001. Current speed's 112.
The climax occurred when police executed a TVI at mile marker 21 South, spinning the Corolla and forcing it to stop. Boyd immediately exited the vehicle and ran into a deep drainage ditch to evade capture.
TVI here.
Coming up to the left.
TVI.
TVI.
He's on the service road now.
On the service road.
He stopped. Felony ticket.
When additional units arrived, Boyd called out to surrender and was taken into custody safely. At the scene, Boyd's shoe was found lodged beneath the vehicle frame, containing approximately 2 grams of marijuana. An additional 2 grams were located on Boyd's person. Boyd stated a belief of being pursued. Boyd faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, theft of property, reckless driving, suspected drug-related driving while intoxicated, driving with a suspended license, and possession of a controlled substance. West Memphis, Arkansas, December 11th, 2024. Police located a red Dodge Caravan that West Memphis officers had previously failed to stop. As the vehicle passed mile marker 280 on Interstate 40, the driver immediately accelerated to speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour and fled into the night.
23 State U.S. primary. State U.S. primary. Secondary. State U.S. primary. Secondary.
Recognizing the danger, troopers waited for a break in traffic and then executed a TVI, causing the caravan to lose control and stop in the middle of the interstate.
He's running. Got a runner.
Running on foot.
The driver fled on foot into the darkness and disappeared. Inside the vehicle, police found a cellular phone displaying an image of a man matching the suspect Sergeant Roberts had observed fleeing. Rental paperwork, identification documents, and photographs indicated the driver was Devontae Willis. A continued search of the vehicle revealed a firearm, approximately 20 grams of marijuana, a scale, and distribution bags. Willis now faces multiple charges, including fleeing by vehicle and on foot, reckless driving, possession of drugs, possession of paraphernalia, possession of a firearm, unauthorized use of property, and defective vehicle equipment. Little Rock, January 21st, 2025. Little Rock police requested assistance in pursuing a vehicle reported stolen and driven by Tiffany Duckery, traveling westbound on East 9th Street and approaching the intersection of North Locust.
Alright, you're going to be taking primary. 4 on 3rd. Good TVI to Interstate. Stand by for a they do.
When conditions allowed, officers deployed a TVI, causing the vehicle to rotate approximately 180 degrees and come to a stop in the middle of the intersection, ending the pursuit.
Hands up!
About 1.4 feet, TVI the vehicle, S.A. Jones and Locust.
Duckery exited the vehicle in a distressed state but was uninjured and secured safely, with no medical assistance required. The vehicle was recovered at the scene and returned to its lawful owner. Springdale, May 26, 2025. Police observed a white SUV traveling at 101 miles per hour on Interstate 49. When emergency lights were activated for a traffic stop, the driver, Brent Wright, immediately turned onto Wagon Wheel and then fled onto Highway 40, deliberately evading, crossing the yellow center line, and driving into oncoming lanes at speeds of approximately 80 to 90 miles per hour.
Eastbound on Wagon Wheel now.
Okay, you want me to 219?
Well, we turned his flashers on, but it's odd because I mean we're going ways now.
Okay, I'm coming.
Southbound on 40th.
1037, Matthew.
The climax occurred when police closed the distance and executed a precise TVI, causing the SUV to slide onto the shoulder and come to a stop near Bel Air.
TVI.
Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Stop moving!
Wright exited through the passenger door and fled on foot, but surrendered after several dozen meters. A brief check confirmed Wright had an active felony warrant. He was transported for a medical evaluation before being taken to Washington County. Wright faces multiple charges, including fleeing by vehicle, unauthorized use of property, reckless driving, wrong-way driving, and multiple additional traffic violations.
We're still 67, TVI.
Saline County, near Hensley. The Saline County Sheriff's Office requested assistance with a vehicle pursuit on US 167 near Spring Lake Road. Troopers assumed the lead position as the driver continued weaving dangerously across multiple lanes.
I believe we got a trooper behind me. I'm just waiting on him to catch up. Team back up with the trooper in. Adam 11 is primary. Going for TVI. Stand by. And we're still 67. TVI. Just out the woods. Roll over.
After adjusting the approach, police executed a TVI, causing the vehicle to leave the roadway, roll over, and come to a stop. The front seat passenger was ejected during the rollover.
Central start private.
11 Little Rock, I'm 2-4.
The driver exited the vehicle and fled on foot, but later stopped and was taken into custody. The injured passenger was transported to St. Vincent Hospital in Little Rock for treatment. Little Rock, October 15th, 2024. Sherwood police advised of a pursuit traveling westbound on Interstate 40 before transitioning onto Interstate 30 through the Arkansas River Bridge area. Arkansas State Police moved in and joined the pursuit as the vehicle, driven by Jordan Norris, continued fleeing through a construction zone.
Mary X-ray 250, AMX 250.
Continuing westbound, approaching Roosevelt Road exit 139A, speed 55, no traffic.
Little Rock, only behind 38. Go ahead, show us 1037.
After assessing traffic conditions and safe spacing, police successfully deployed a TVI, coordinated to pin the vehicle, and ended the pursuit at the scene.
Bell, TVI. TVI.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Norris initially failed to comply with commands to exit the vehicle, but was subsequently subdued and taken into custody safely. During the process, one officer sustained a finger injury and required medical treatment. St. Francis County, Arkansas, July 24, 2024. Suspect Charles Jones, who had been reported in connection with the carjacking of a 2019 Honda Pilot in Little Rock, was identified driving the stolen vehicle with a shattered rear window on Interstate 40. When troopers signaled the vehicle to stop, Jones immediately accelerated, past a semi-truck, and pushed the speed into triple-digit levels, creating significant danger for traffic on the interstate.
We're to 242.
Scene at West Memphis.
City is stopped 1037.
Take 108, 20, you gonna try to get it to 365? I'm not gonna make it, I'm getting off 271.
Speed 87, passing on the shoulder. I got one unit with me.
To prevent the vehicle from entering Forest City, police decided to terminate the pursuit. When a gap in traffic appeared, a precise TVI caused the pilot to slide off the roadway and come to a stop in a line of trees on the south side of the interstate.
TVI, TVI, TVI. We got the interstate shut down. TVI'd out in the woods. At the crossover.
Jones fled on foot but was located in a nearby shed and taken into custody safely without injury. He is charged with felony fleeing, fleeing on foot, and theft by receiving, and is currently being held at the St. Francis County Jail. Blytheville, Arkansas, November 30th, 2025. As his shift was nearing its end, Sergeant Bennett received word that Blytheville police were pursuing a vehicle speeding through a residential neighborhood. He immediately responded, positioning himself at the intersection of Division and Hearn, becoming the secondary unit behind Sergeant Archer.
Man, where are you closer, take over.
The vehicle, driven by Jaquan Logan, continued racing through multiple streets, switching rapidly from residential areas to commercial zones before circling back into narrow neighborhood roads, showing clear signs of desperation to escape.
Z, I'm coming around you on the left. Westbound on southbound primary.
The climax occurred as Logan slowed to turn onto Route 21. Seeing a favorable moment, Sergeant Bennett closed in and executed a precise TVI, causing the suspect vehicle to briefly lose control.
TVI, TVI.
1020.
Logan attempted to regain control and continued fleeing northbound, requiring Bennett to turn around and perform a second TVI, which fully ended the pursuit. Logan and his passenger, Kareem Reed, were taken into custody safely and turned over to the Blytheville Police Department. Michigan, January 6, 2024. Michigan State Police located a white Ford Crown Victoria, reported stolen near Laketon Avenue and Dyson Street. When the driver, Jameer Brown, suddenly accelerated and fled, the pursuit moved directly into residential neighborhoods at speeds near 75 miles per hour in a zone posted at 25 miles per hour, running stop signs and multiple intersections.
Southbound passing Broadway.
Southbound passing Broadway, 2122.
Oh, westbound on Summit.
Westbound Summit, 2122.
I'm going to try and pit as soon as I can here. Next turn. Speeds are 50. Clear left, clear right, clear left, clear right.
Clear right. 55 speeds, passing point on Summit, 2123.
I can see clear left. I'm clear right, I'm clear right.
Yep, clear right.
South on Maffett.
South on Maffett.
The climax occurred on Peck Street when police executed a precise pit, causing the vehicle to lose control and come to a stop. All three suspects immediately fled on foot, but were quickly apprehended one by one. Passenger Jurielius Randall was found carrying 2 loaded handguns, while juvenile Daquan Hicks was located in a nearby yard. All suspects were taken into custody safely. The stolen vehicle was recovered and returned to the lawful owner. Knoxville, July 14, 2025. Louis Black, who had an active arrest warrant and had just fled a bakery after causing a disturbance, was pursued by Clarksville police on Interstate 40. When the Chevrolet S10 turned onto US 64, Trooper Keaton Ramsey blocked the intersection, merged into the pursuit, and assumed the lead position.
That's where they just come to the middle of Knoxville eastbound.
10-1,
Advising net direct, K-22 pursuit.
Black traveled at approximately 70 miles per hour in a zone posted at 55 miles per hour, repeatedly attempting to evade. As Ramsey prepared to execute a TVI near an open area, Black made a sharp steering maneuver to avoid it, but lost control at the Shields intersection. The vehicle slid sideways, crossed into oncoming lanes, struck an embankment, left the roadway, and came to rest in a ditch.
Okay, Clarks, we're trying to block TVI. TVI is successful. Crashed out. Stops to 1060.
County unit, you crashed out. Knoxville,
Hands! Hands!
Black was removed safely and taken into custody at the scene, and faces multiple serious charges. Independence County, January 20th, 2025. Police observed Aaron Laxton operating a dark-colored Ram at 75 miles per hour in a zone posted at 55 miles per hour. When officers attempted a traffic stop, Laxton immediately accelerated and fled, crossed into oncoming lanes, passed dangerously, and braked abruptly in an effort to interfere with the patrol vehicle. Highway 69, Laxton continued attempting to block vehicles ahead until police executed a precise TVI.
TVI, rollover.
The Ram left the roadway, rolled multiple times through a barbed wire fence, and came to rest in a field.
Let me see your fucking hands right now! Put your hands up! Is anybody else in the vehicle with you? No, I just don't. Step out of the vehicle!
Laxton complied with commands and was taken into custody shortly thereafter. A search of the vehicle revealed a firearm, 3.6 grams of methamphetamine, and syringes. Laxton admitted the vehicle was stolen. After a medical evaluation, the suspect was transported to jail and faces charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, theft, and property damage. Jonesboro, November 30th, 2025. Driver Shemaiah Johnson was observed operating a minivan with expired license plates on South Caraway. When police activated emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop, Johnson immediately accelerated and fled, beginning a pursuit through multiple city streets, disregarding traffic signals and creating danger for motorists.
C-Truck, Jonesboro, 1024. Be careful and race. Be a black passenger car. You're going to be at the M37. Be eastbound. Race.
Stay straight, all right?
The first TVI attempt was unsuccessful, but a second TVI caused the vehicle to spin and come to a complete stop.
First station, 63, first station 12, 63.
Johnson fled on foot into the Lowe's parking lot, climbed onto a stack of pallets, and briefly barricaded before jumping down and fleeing again. The pursuit reached its conclusion when police caught up near the garden center and took Johnson into custody after continued resistance. A small bag suspected to contain an illegal substance was located as an item Johnson attempted to discard. Johnson was transported to the Craighead County Detention Center and faces charges including fleeing by vehicle, fleeing on foot, reckless driving, driving with a suspended license, no insurance, failure to wear a seatbelt, and resisting arrest. West Memphis, March 21st, 2025. A silver Infiniti driven by Darnell Jones fled from a stop at Southland Casino, where the driver was suspected of involvement in prostitution activity. The vehicle entered Interstate 40 at high speed, drove onto the left shoulder, and sideswiped a civilian vehicle, making the pursuit extremely dangerous.
Coming up behind me.
1044.
Police quickly closed in and executed a decisive TVI, causing the Infiniti to spin and come to a stop on the right shoulder.
Put your hands up!
Jones immediately exited the vehicle, ran into a field, and disappeared into a nearby wooded area. Despite multiple units being deployed to search, the suspect was not located at the scene.